You think you're making your own choices. 99% of men are living out programming installed by people who never had their best interests at heart. Look around. Men walking around like zombies. No fire in their eyes, no purpose in their step, just existing. And the most dangerous part? They think they're free. They have no idea. They're trapped in an invisible prison of false masculinity. Today we rip out that faulty wiring. My name is Youm from the Underdog Project, and it's my lifelong mission to get men back to where they belong, the leaders of the world. So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're just playing a role? Like there's this character of you that you've created, but deep down it doesn't feel real. I know that feeling. Growing up, my home looked perfect from the outside, but behind closed doors, it was chaos. I learned to play the part of the good kid to survive. I created a mask so convincing I forgot it wasn't really me. Maybe your story is different. Maybe you learned that being a real man meant hiding your emotions, or that success was defined by how much money you make, or that you needed to look a certain way to be respected. Here's the truth. If you're 16 or even 60, you have been programmed. And today, we start the deprogramming. Let's talk about this prison. Unlike regular prisons, this one has no bars you can see. No guards with keys, because the prison exists in your mind. Think about it like this. From the moment you were born, people started telling you what it means to be a man. Your parents, your teachers, your friends, movies, social media, all of them adding to the programming. Don't cry, man up. Real men don't show weakness. You need a six-pack to get respected. Or you're nothing without money. Sounds familiar, right? But these messages aren't random. They're programming designed to keep you in check, to make you predictable, to turn you into a consumer. As the philosopher Marcus Aurelius said,
The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts.
but what if those thoughts aren't even yours? Here's a mind-blowing fact. According to neuroscientists, up to 95% of our decisions are made by our subconscious mind. That means most of what you think is free choice is actually automatic programming running in the background of your mind. Let me tell you about Jake. Jake was 19 and one of our first when he joined the community last year. Star athlete in school, popular, seemed like he had it all figured out. But in his first session, you know what he told me? He said, I don't even know who I am when no one's watching. Jake was wearing what I call a survival mask. We all create these masks as a way to fit in or to be accepted. But over time, the mask starts to feel like a prison. So which mask are you wearing right now? The tough guy who never shows emotion? The hustler who's always grinding? Or the class clown who deflects with humor? Or the people pleaser who puts everyone else first? These masks help you survive, but they're keeping you from thriving. Here is a simple exercise. Next time, when you are alone, ask yourself, what parts of my personality change depending on who I'm with? Those shifting pieces, that's your mask. And now comes the hard part, the moment of truth. Every man reaches a breaking point, a moment when the gap between who you pretend to be and who you really are becomes too painful to ignore. For some, it's waking up at 40, realizing you've built someone else's dream. For others, it's losing relationships because you can't connect authentically. For me, it was realizing I spent my entire childhood trying to be the perfect son in an imperfect home. And here is what no one else tells you. This breaking point is a gift. It's your wake-up call, it's your prison break. Because the pain of living in a lie eventually becomes greater than the fear of finding the truth. Your truth. And right now, you have a choice. You can close this video and go back to sleep, back to the comfortable prison of false masculinity. Or you can choose to wake up, to recognize the programming, to see the invisible bars for what they are. As Tyler Durden from Fight Club said,
It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything.
Are you ready to lose the false version of yourself so you can find the real you? So how do we start? How do we recognize and break free from this invisible prison? It begins with 3 simple but powerful steps. The first is the authenticity audit. For the next week, I want you to keep a simple note on your phone or your notebook. Every time you say or do something that doesn't feel authentic, write it down. Who were you with? What triggered it? And how did it feel? This isn't about judgment. It's about awareness. You can't escape a prison you can't see. The second one is the origin hunt. For each inauthentic moment you catch, ask yourself, where did I learn this behavior? Who taught me to act this way? Maybe it was your dad who never showed emotion. Maybe it was that coach who shamed you for showing weakness. Maybe it was those movies teaching you that real men solve problems with their fists. Identifying the source of your programming gives you the power to rewrite it. And the third is the pattern interrupt. Once you spot an inauthentic pattern, interrupt it. If you always nod and agree when you actually disagree, speak up for once. If you hide your passions because they're not cool enough, share them with one person. Small interruptions create cracks in the prison walls. Remember, this isn't about becoming someone new. It's about removing what's false to reveal who you've always been. So let me tell you what's on the other side of this work. When I finally recognized my own invisible prison, the need to be perfect, to never show vulnerability, and started breaking those walls down, everything changed. I found real confidence. Not the fake kind that needs constant validation, but the quiet strength that comes from knowing who you are. I found authentic relationships, but most importantly, I found purpose. Because when you stop living someone else's script, you can finally write your own. This journey of reclaiming your authentic self isn't easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. As I always say, it doesn't matter what happened in your past, and it matters even less why it happened. The only thing that matters is that you are your own man. You control your life, you control your thoughts, and you control your actions. You are not a product of circumstances. You are not your programming. You are a man with the power to choose. And today, you've taken the first step. You've recognized the invisible prison. In the next video, we take step 2, reject. We'll burn the bridges to your weaker self and cut the ties that keep you small. This is a 5-part series that will transform how you see yourself as a man. If this video hit home, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss it. Drop a comment below with one inauthentic pattern you've noticed in yourself. I read every comment and I respond to as many as I can. Remember, the Underdog community is growing and we're saving a spot for men who are ready to do this work. See you in the next video. Stay authentic, stay hungry, and stay free.